I'm the kind of person that likes to be around people. I like talking with people. I like going out and trying new things and adventures. So I know that, like, just for myself, I'm not what everyone sees that I am in school, because in school all I see is like the person who's like into science fair. She's into like science. She takes really high level math classes, and that's all they see. But like on my weekends with my friends, with my family, I know that even though I try in school, I also want to try new things. I don't just want to like sit at home and study SAT all weekend. My parents, they were both from India. They just got married and they wanted to, I guess, start a new life somewhere, and so they picked Oregon because my dad had a job here. I think that as like a daughter of two Indian parents, I not only have the American culture as like, that's where I was born and brought up, but I also have like roots in India that I'm tied to. And I feel like there's morals that I'm tied to. We're vegetarian just because our entire family is vegetarian in India and in America. I've grown up in Oregon my entire life, and I think that there are parts of Oregon that I've just adopted, even though my parents don't have them. Like, Oregon is known for being very, like, environmental. Like, they're always, like, environmentally friendly, and it's very green here, and I think that that's one of the things that I've, like, that's, like, fueled my passion for, like, environmentalism. I'm a strong environmentalist because I think that, like, I volunteered at a local science museum, and I've really done a lot of work in sustainability, and that's kind of one of the reasons that I got interested in my project. I definitely think that the Indian heritage and like the environmentalism of Oregon, those are like the two biggest things that I think are affecting my life right now. People say I look like my mom, but in terms of personality, I think that I have qualities of both. My dad is also a perfectionist, and I feel like I fall in his footsteps in terms of that. I want to get everything done right, and I want to make sure that I do as many things as I can. On the other side, I'm always the kind of person who's kind of concerned about like your well-being. When I go to school, I'm like an all-American teenager because I was born and brought up here. But then when I'm at home, I have like the role of like I have the same role as a daughter in an Indian family, and I think that that's kind of it's interesting. Like most people don't have that kind of diversity. My brother's name is Priyam. He's 19 years old, and he's at the University of Southern California. I'd say we're on the same maturity level when it comes to hanging out with each other. Let's see. But generally, when he's in front of his friends, he'll act much more mature. And when I'm in front of my friends, I'll act much more mature. But when we're with each other, we both act about equally as immature. I was always a tomboy. Like, I followed my brother around where whatever he did, I did. If he liked Pokemon, I liked Pokemon. And I always wore my baseball cap backwards. He likes teasing me a lot. That's one of his favorite hobbies, I have to say. I think that's one of the things he looked forward to when he came back from college, is just coming home, and like the first thing he did is pulled a couple pranks on me. When he's like talking to his friends, he'll refer to me as like my pet monkey. When it comes to like anything really, like, I always want to like get everything done perfectly, whereas he wants to kind of like, he'll get the job done, but just enough, and that works for him because he knows that there's so many other things that he can do, whereas I have to sit there and I have to like think about things and I have to make sure that everything's perfect. So we're totally opposite. People usually don't think that we're siblings. I feel like I'm lucky to have like a family that we always eat dinner together and we always like do everything together, and everything is out on the table. Like we can tell each other anything, and like any issues or problems. And I feel like a lot of other kids that I know keep it kind of bottled up. And I think that I'm really lucky to have a family that kind of like understands and is willing to have everything open. My friends and I, we all went to the same option program for middle school, and the people who came to Sunset, which is a high school I go to, we generally study together, hang out together, and we're generally on the same like academic level. We always strive for A's, and that's kind of just like the norm in our group. I do believe that females can do anything that a male can do, and I am not like a strong feminist. Like I like go after like protests and things for female rights, but I do think that females can do anything that males can do, and I definitely am really like proud and impressed when I see like females that attain like really great goals. And I love seeing like in magazines when there's like the top 20 women that are like the most powerful women in the world. I think that that's really cool, and I definitely want to be in a position of power when I grow up. Whenever I read about someone that's either like really powerful or really great, I always, and like that's my new hero of the week. When I was little, it was Helen Keller. I read a lot about Helen Keller. Like every time I went to the library, I'd check out a book on her. I think that it's really cool that she could overcome obstacles to kind of like fulfill her goals, which was kind of like getting her word out there. She like made a ton of speeches to people, and even though she was blind, deaf, and dumb, she like taught herself. And I think that that's something that, even though like I don't have the same disabilities, it's something that anyone can do, like overcome their fears, overcome their goals, and that's something that I definitely want to strive to do. Another one is Leonardo da Vinci. I think that, and it's kind of cliche because everyone likes those two people, but for me, Leonardo da Vinci is like a really great role model because of his diversity, and that's something that I see in myself too. I like doing a ton of different things. I'm not just focused on one thing, even though I have a certain passion, and that passion is for environmental sciences. He was also very passionate. He liked innovating, but he took all like his skills from all these different areas and he put it into one thing, and I think that's really cool. He was an artist, he was an engineer, and I definitely want to like incorporate all of my skills that I have from all these different things that I do. When I am in debates in school, I definitely like to voice my opinions, and I'm not like scary or anything, but I will definitely make sure that my opinions are voiced in a debate. I think that just because of the way that I like to assert what my thoughts are, people say that I'm assertive, but I'm definitely not like mean or rude, and I try to be as political as possible. I am a straight A student. There are times when I get A minuses or like my grade drops a little bit, and like those are the times when I'm feeling either like stressed out about activities, or there's something going on in my life, or there's just I have to prioritize, like this class is what needs my attention, or this class is what needs my attention, or my family needs my attention, things like that. And during those times, I do work as hard as I can, and afterwards, I make sure that I pull my grade back up to an A, because it's not just like I want to keep an A just like to look good on college apps or something. It's I want to keep an A because that's like just the standard I've set for myself. So I've always liked Portland ever since I was little, and I think that it has a lot to offer. It's not a very big city, but it's not small either, and there's a lot of like outdoorsy things to do, which I really enjoy. Like you can go hiking and biking, and the weather here is generally rainy, and just because I've lived here all my life, I've gotten used to the rain, and now I kind of enjoy it just because it's something that's different. Like a lot of places, it's either really hot or really cold, but here there's like a good balance, I feel. I like the size of the city just for like growing up and stuff, but I think like for college it would be fun to live in like a big city, and then like when you settle down it would be fun to live in like a medium-sized city. So I'm not really sure exactly like what city I want to live in, but I know Portland has been like a very safe place. I almost like change personalities when I go to school, because almost like I have to like fit the personality that like I'm like quieter, but like because I'm in student leadership, I do get to like voice my opinions and such. I've been involved in like gymnastics and soccer and dance and piano and basketball, pretty much like a huge variety of sports. But when I was 3, my mom signed us up for like the level 1 swimming class, and when I first got into the water, my mom told me that I must have been a fish in my last life because all I wanted to do was stay underwater. I was one of those kids that really liked it. So swimming is something I've stuck with my entire life. And so right now I'm on the varsity swim team, and I think that it's like a really good kind of like team bonding thing as well. I like being part of a school team. I have a lot of like upper body strength, so breaststroke is good because it's like the one where you kind of have to push yourself through the water a lot more and you kind of glide. I enjoy talking to like big groups of people. I like campaigning for things, even though like a lot of people are like nervous at the mic. I just like getting out there and being funny. I'm not like a professional singer. I haven't trained to be a singer, but whenever I'm at home and I'm doing my homework, I'll start like humming and then I'll turn to singing. Top 40 hits, Z100. Right now my favorite song is Rolling in the Deep, which is like soft rock. ABBA. My mom loves that group of singers, and so a lot of my friends don't even know about them, but I enjoy singing to it just because it's fun. I think I'm good, but I think everyone thinks their own voice is good. I think the term nerd shouldn't be taken as an insult, because I think it's actually like a form of respect. They're saying that you're smart, and nerd generally, it doesn't just mean like sitting at a computer, like, you know, like typing away some code or something. It means that you care about where you're going in your future and you want to do well.